Delphi had been known as a quiet, tight-knit rural area in central Indiana.
The crime scene Thursday, a place property owner Ron Logan knows well, but never thought he would know for something so tragic.
I can't really wrap my emotions around it. It's so mind-boggling. I haven't really caught up. It hasn't caught up with me yet.
Up and down the hills, across that bank now circled with crime tape, his son grew up playing here.
Never in your wildest dreams do you think that he comes down here to play, he won't come back home.
He and his friends grieved for the victims, Liberty German and Abigail Williams, both 13.
That's why we come back. He goes, I want to show you what it looks like. You couldn't carry someone up and down these hills, or it's hard to walk by yourself.
Described by the sheriff as a small town USA, with one main street running from the jail to the courthouse to the library. Everyone seemed to know everyone. But on February 13th, 2017, everything changed. With the murders of 8th graders Abby Williams and Libby German making national headlines. 3 years later, their murders remain unsolved. The mysterious crime has captured the interest of the country. Abby was 13 and Libby was 14. They had become best friends as volleyball teammates. On the day of their disappearance, they had the day off school. It was a Monday, and they had an unused snow day, so they were off school, and it was actually a nice day. It was a really nice day for the season because the week before it was like snowing and cold, and this was a nice, somewhat warm day because it was a lot warmer than what the weather had been. So it was mid-40s, so for a winter day, it's not too bad. Well, let me correct myself. For a winter day in the Midwest, it's not too bad. For mid-40s isn't too bad. That's actually a nice day. So it makes sense that they would want to get out and do something outside. So they asked Libby's grandma if they could go hiking along the Delphi historic trails in Carroll County. And she said yes, but they had to get a ride. So they asked Libby's sister Kelsey if she would take them. And Kelsey said yeah, but they would need to get a ride home. So they asked Libby's dad, and Libby's dad agreed to pick them up. So Kelsey dropped them off at around 1:30 p.m., and Libby's father, Derek, planned to pick the girls up at around 3:15 p.m. So when Derek, Libby's father, is on his way to pick them up, he tries to call Libby's phone. There's no answer. He calls a couple times, no answer. So he goes to the trails and starts walking the trails and trying to find them, actually. So he runs into who they call Flannel Shirt Guy, and we're going to talk about him in one of the theories, but I'm not going to say his name, but if you guys want to look him up, it's out there. I mean, if you want to figure out who Flannel Shirt Guy is, you could figure it out. It is known who he is, but I'd rather just call him Flannel Shirt Guy just to be safe, so because he is going to be the main character in one of the theories I want to talk about, so I'd rather just keep the name on, just call him Flannel Shirt Guy, because that's what a lot of people call him that are studying this case, because he was one of the witnesses that law enforcement talked to, Libby's dad talked to. So, but yeah, anyway, so he sends him the other way. So Libby's dad goes the other way. He doesn't even go down to the Monon High Bridge. He goes, well, actually, we'll get into all those little details. Let me just continue with this quick little summary kind of, and then we'll get into the specific details in my upcoming videos that I've been working on. Okay, so the girls' bodies were found the next day near the trail, several hundred yards from the Monon High Bridge, where they had posted this Snapchat photo. How Abby and Libby died has still not been released to the public. Law enforcement says it's because only the killer knows. Abby was raised by her single mother, Anna Williams, and the two had an especially close relationship. Abby and Libby were only in 8th grade but had already talked about pursuing their careers in forensic science. Libby, a gifted athlete, lived with her grandparents, who who had been her guardian since she was 3 years old. They described their granddaughter as wise beyond her years. Libby already had her career path pretty much laid out. She wanted to work with the FBI. She wanted to solve crimes. She wanted to help people. Her grandmother, Becky Patty, told ABC News, "If anybody wants to honor her, please help solve her crime." The last thing Liberty, also known as Libby, shared on social media before she died was 2 photographs on Snapchat of the railroad bridge over Deer Creek. So the girls were familiar with the area. Libby, I guess, was more familiar with the area than Abby was. The trail was frequented mostly by locals. The last post the girls shared on their phone was Libby's Snapchat photo at 2:07 p.m. Anna received a call alerting her that her daughter was missing while she was at work, but she didn't worry at first, saying the girls were responsible teenagers. By 5:30 p.m., the family contacted the Carroll County Sheriff's Department to report the girls missing. Soon after the murders, authorities released a grainy image of the suspect, who they say was on the trail the day the girls went missing. And then they released, just last year, the video footage from Libby's phone. The brief video clip shows a grainy image of the suspect walking on the bridge near where the girls were last seen. The man was wearing jeans, a blue jacket, and a hat. In the clip, he keeps his head down and says, "Guys, down the hill."
Down the hill. Guys. Down the hill. Guys. Down the hill.
And originally they released a sketch of the suspect, but then when they ended up releasing the video, they released a new sketch of a suspect. So in the new sketch, it looks like a completely different person. He looks a lot younger. He has a different facial structure. His hair's different. Everything's different. So I personally think it's 2 different guys that these sketches are. 2 different witnesses seeing 2 different people. So the cops are just being very secretive about everything. It's kind of left the public and all of us, anybody that's interested in trying to find out who this guy is and who's responsible for this, it kind of leaves us in the dark a little bit, because it just isn't making sense. I mean, I understand why they can't release the whole video, because we'll go through some of the theories and some of the hearsay, whether it be rumors or just things going around that kind of got out about the video, but we'll get more into all the specifics in some of the upcoming videos. But I just wanted to give you a summary for those of you that aren't aware of the case. I know most of you guys probably are that watch my channel, but I just wanted to kind of give an introduction to the case, and then we're going to get into more details. There's a few different theories that people are talking about, so we'll get it all into that, and hopefully you guys could give me your opinion when I go over them in upcoming videos of the different theories and the different things going around. I mean, nobody really has answers, but I would love to get your guys' input and opinions on some of this stuff I've been finding of different theories that other people have been finding, really, and then I'm just kind of trying to delve into those theories and to see if I could find anything new, so, and maybe you guys could help me. So yeah, in the next few videos, we'll get into some of the different theories, and maybe after a couple of these videos, we could chat about it in a live so I could get your input, or maybe even after the first one, because I would love to know what you guys think of some of this new stuff. Not new stuff, but just like things that people are trying, figuring out and finding out, and we could just hopefully add to it and help try to figure this out. So I'm gonna go and work on getting together these videos, these next few videos on this case, and so yeah, just be looking for them, and we'll go from there, I guess. All right, guys. Oh, and we are still doing the 911 series. I'm still working on that. I'm just a little behind because of just situation, but yeah, I'm still working on that. So that's hopefully we'll be able to get the second 911 episode out soon. Those will be lives we'll do those as live streams. So yeah, that's what's coming up. We'll continue that 911 call series and continue the Christian Andriacchio case, and then I'm gonna do the Delphi case, and also I would like to do a current case if you guys could give me some recommendations. So that's why I picked Delphi, actually, because last time, I don't know if you guys remember, like a month or two ago, when I asked for recommendations, I said I'll go through them and try to pick, the most recommended one, the most recommended case, and Delphi was, from what I saw, the most recommended case. So, and I've been following that case for a while, and I never really, I think I did maybe a couple videos on it, but I never really delved into it, as far as videos go. So that one was by recommendation, so I'm going to do that one. But also I would like to do a current one too, like more current, something that maybe just happened. So if you guys could maybe share, I'll do the same thing with that. You guys give me your recommendations for a current one, and I'll try to pick the most recommended one for that too. Alrighty guys, I will talk to you next time. Everybody have a good night. Bye.